time to give you an update on my pond. My pond's been like this for a month or so, maybe more than a month. We're still waiting on rock, but right now I'll show you what we have. I did do the filtration and all the plumbing, but I didn't record that because one, sometimes I just don't want to record, and two, it was like, how am I going to record this since it was going to take so much time? But right now I'll just pretty much show you where the pond is at now and what we still need to do. The last video you saw, you probably saw that it was murky, but now everything cleared up. We even got our turtle right there. So you can see how it is. So we still just have the rocks there, some rocks there, and then the rocks there. So we still need to get a bunch of boulders to put everywhere. But since we don't want to buy them from a store, which will be pretty expensive, we're waiting to see if we can find any for cheaper that have been used. In front here, we're putting pavers. These pavers don't look too nice, but we did get them for free. And we'll try to make it work and blend into the rest of the pond. And we have our turtle here. Might be a yellow-bellied slider, not exactly sure. Here you can see the fish of my camera, or my phone camera. Can catch it with the bubbles. But that's one of the fish we got. The big one down there is the other fish we got when we went to go catch them. There's already a lot of algae growing on the sides. Then you have the jet over there, and a jet over there, and then this is the bottom drain, which has, it's a Rhino retrofit bottle drain with a air diffuser on top. So right now, since we don't have a waterfall, we're just have that hooked up, which is all the way down there where our filter is. And then over here we have our skimmer. It is pretty well hidden, so that is a cool piece of wood or log or whatever you want to call it, bark, that is covering the skimmer. It's like a little cave under there. It's not enough water. The water is actually supposed to be up to here, or a little lower than that, but since we're waiting for rocks, we don't have it filled up all the way. So the turtle also has to climb up like over there and then walk through here. The beginning, it was actually came up and sat on top of that rock. Maybe it got lazy or something. And then over here is the filtration we did. This is pretty much complete. I planned this out completely before doing it. I mean, it changes a little when I set it up, but this was pretty much the plan. So from this direction, we have the bog filter coming over here. I mean, not the bog filter, the bottom drain. You have the bog over there. The bottom drain is coming over here. It goes down, and then it is coming up over here. I'm covering the UV, but the bottom drain comes up over here, and then it goes right here. So this is a three-way valve. So on this side, it is coming from the bottom drain, and that side is coming from the skimmer, which is over there. So it's all underground. Here will be a bunch of plants when we get to that. But then from the bottom drain and the skimmer, it goes to our pump. I need to get a stronger pump. That one is only 4,900 gallons per hour. But since I did get that for free, as well as the filter, what can I say? And also the UV also got that for free. But actually we don't even have the UV hooked on. I mean, the water is going through there, but the light is not even on. And so far the pond has just been pretty much crystal clear. But yeah, so from the bottom drain and the skimmer, we have a valve here, so I can shut it off if I need to open up the priming pot on that's the pump I have. It's a Sequence 4900. And then from here we also have a bowl valve, and then it goes to the filter. I'm thinking I might want to put another filter there and connect them two, even though this filter is bigger than needed for the pond. But I like to have more filtration if I can, so it just depends on whether or not I'm able to get a cheaper filter or a cheap one on secondhand somewhere. But you can see that is that. And actually I'll show you right now, when I hooked this up, since this filter was used, it had some cracks here, or I cracked it, I don't even know. But the way it cracked does not seem like just from tightening this onto here it would have cracked, because it was like all over. I'll show you that right now. Turned on the pump and filter, and this sucks. It is cracked on this thing. I don't know if it just happened because this thing is old or something. Sucks. So So basically the whole thing around here cracked, so I'm fixing this. I put some super glue in the cracks, clamped it down, and now I'm putting some epoxy. It's called, let me grab it, Water Weld by JB Weld. So I'll have that there, and then I'll probably put the clamps around it just for extra measure, and then spray paint it black. But now I have it sealed, which is nice. It was leaking sometimes, so I might put more epoxy. This is a JB Weld Water Weld that I put there. And that is for the blower. And then right here we have our air pump. I don't even know how strong it is. This filter is an Aquadyne filter. So from the filter, we have this spot right here, which is for the backwash, which goes down to the garden. And then out here, we go down here. So you have two spots. Since usually with a stronger pump, you want to divert it into two separate areas. So this just goes down directly towards the pond, but they connect over there. And then this goes down towards the UV. So basically, the slower the water moves through the UV, the better job it does. So if I had a choice and unlimited funds, I probably would have got a pent air UV, since they are, well, the bulbs last much longer, but the UV bulb is in like a 6-inch pipe instead of the 2-inch that it is in those aqua ultraviolet. So that allows the water to have more exposure and the water to slow down when it goes through it. So from here we go over there, which I made a manifold to our 5 different spots. So that's also a reason I need a stronger pump, is because it's not able to give enough water flow to all the different areas. So I might have like something turned off once in a while. But I originally wanted to do 2 pumps, but then didn't want to, because running 2 pumps is a lot more money than running 1 pump, so just went with 1 pump. But to show you what I have over there, so you can see we go down here, goes here, and it connects there, and then that's where the UV is. So that's how that goes. Connect here, and then these unions are nice because you can always take things off if you need to and adjust it. But then here is the manifold. So I got these on Amazon because they were cheaper. Like, I went to stores and these things alone were like $80, and that's not what I wanted to spend. I think I got them for like 20 or something, don't remember. But then we have these 1.5-inch valves, which go to the jets. So you got jet there and a jet there. And then you have, I have 2 bogs. So a bog, which is the farther bog, it's all the way over there. And then this is the closer bog, and then this goes to the waterfall. So right now the only things that are open are like the some water going to the bogs and to water going to the jet, because the waterfall, there's nothing really there, just a pipe sticking up. But you can see that is how that manifold looks. And these I like better than the ball valves, because you can adjust it more, versus a ball valves aren't really built to be like slightly open with the amount of pressure of water or the PSI of water going through it, whatever you want to call it. But with these you can turn it, because ball valves are just either open or closed. At least that's what I was told. But you go here to the bog, and then if you've seen the other videos, underneath the bog it has all those grids. Then here, all the pipe is going behind here towards where it needs to go. I still need to spray paint like this. That's the backwash. Well, that is pretty much how the pond is. I mean, we're pretty happy with it. Of course, I would always want to go bigger, because then you can have bigger fish. But this is a good sized pond. It is about like 3,000 gallons. So we basically times our original pond by 15, which was like 175. So that is a big difference. But that is pretty much our pond as what we have now. So what we pretty much need to do is get a bunch of rock, which we put there, make a waterfall, put more lava rock in the bogs, plant plants pretty much all around. We still need to make this area nice, make that area nice. and then put more water in so this turtle can come out. You know, this turtle is so interesting. I think it thinks it's a tortoise because it spends all the time out of the water. I mean, it's even dark and it's out of the water. I have to put it in every night. If you know what kind of turtle this is, leave a comment. So I'm not sure exactly. Oh, there's the big fish. And it's funny also, this fish, when this turtle's coming out, it like tries to suck on the turtle, which is funny. And also for these pavers, after we get the rock, we are going to mortar everything so it's smoother so no one trips. Then, didn't mention also in the skimmer we have our Overflow. If I can get this rock off with one hand. Okay, there we go. So it's nice. With this hole I can actually take out the skimming pot or whatever you call it, the thing in there with all the holes. But then right here is our Overflow. It's a 1-inch Overflow, which is sufficient. So ideally the water is going to be up until like here, and then we'll have like a 90. So we'll see when we start filling it up. Right here in this mesh we have all the plants we took out from my brother's pond. So we'll see what we can salvage, survive, since we kind of didn't water them. Some of them are still doing good. I mean, this is starting to, yeah, since we were gone. Well, that was just the update of our pond. Still got a lot to do, so I'll show you that when we start getting the rocks and things. But it's nice. It's nice to have a pond in the backyard because it brings like nature all around. Like you'll attract a lot of wildlife.